Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel today. I'm going to be ranking all of Misfits events. Let's get into it. Number 10 for me is Misfits 002. For me, this card did have a lot of problems. Like the Swarms vs Kristen Hamby fight getting cancelled, but there was good things like the Slim vs Ryan Taylor fight, which for me was the fight of the night. I liked the production of this event, the press conference and weigh-ins were enjoyable to watch. Number 9 for me is Misfits 006. For me, this event was just good. The event looked great, but for me, it just didn't really work. The good things about this event was probably the fight with JMX and Le'Veon Bell and Minicon vs Jake the Viking. The bad things about this event for me is the Chase Demore vs Stevie Knight fight and how Chase punched Stevie while he was down, which puts it down for me. Number 8 for me is Misfits 08. Okay, this event is probably the event that has had the most cancelled fights. Some of them were Hasim Rahman Jr. vs Alan Belcher, Anthony Taylor vs Paul Bamba, and Alex Stein vs Mo Dean. And some of the banger fights on this card would be the tag team match with Dean and Waleed and Bear vs Korn 2. The Survivor tag was just a mess. Number 7 for me is Misfits 005. I think as much as I rewatched this event, I like it even more. I used to think it was mid, but now like it. I mean, we did have a horrid fight of Jindy vs Halelham, but the rest of the fights were entertaining. Jay Swingler vs Nickel Mao was entertainment too. Watch. Number 6 for me is Misfits 003. This event used to be in my top 5, but for me it did miss out, because I think this event had some cancelled fights like Hasim Rahman Jr. vs Bitter Belfort, which for me would be better than Greg Hardy, but most of the fights ended in knockouts, and I just really enjoyed it. Number 5 for me is Misfits 007. This card was stacked, don't get me wrong. We had KSI Deji, Salt Pappy, Swarms, and this event was a good event. Even the prelims were great, from Wings of Redemption vs Boogie 2988, Halelham vs Zuckles. Then the main card was great because we had some great fights on there, like Salt Pappy vs Anthony Taylor, C vs Joe Fournier, Deji vs Swarms, and a surprise fight of Tennessee Thresh vs PGKG. Number 4 for me is Misfits 001. This is where it all started. This event was great. We had the Amazing to fight on one night to the amazing win for Deji against Fauci. We had the amazing fight of FaZe Temper vs Slim, and yeah, a great event. Also, we had the amazing fight between King Kenny vs FaZe Sensei and the amazing knockout by Salt Pappy. Number 3 for me is Misfits 009. This event was great from start to finish. We had bangers on the card like Cal Mizzard vs OJ Rose, FaZe Temper vs Jinty, and of course the main event of Idris Virgo vs Aaron Chalmers. This whole event was a ton of fun. Number 2 for me is Misfits 004. This event was great. Unfortunately, we had the cancelled fight of Xi vs Dylan Donnies, but FaZe Temper was a good backup opponent. We had some great fights on this card, like Salt Pappy vs Josh Bruckner, B. Dave vs mystery opponent Anthony Taylor vs Idris Virgo. The whole card was great. My number 1 favorite Misfits event right now is Misfits the Prime card. Yeah, of course, this is number 1 for me. Think entire card from start to finish was amazing. There were 2 problems with this event for me, and that is the figment of Logan Paul vs Dylan Donnies, and then the judges. The reason for that is because of the event happened, there were 6 people who appealed their fights, 45% of the card, which is just insane to hear. But overall, a fantastic event, and I can't wait to see more from Misfits Boxing. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for more content. Also, we have another Misfits event around the corner on the 18th of November, where we will be getting Jarvis Hedling, but we don't know who his opponent is yet. So thank you again for watching. Stay tuned for content coming soon.